open up tonight's Unsolved Case File, and this story involves a young guy who was taking a walk, literally taking a walk, and is shot and killed. There's some evidence in this case, some grainy video that may help. Curtis Walton is the victim's name, but again, folks, this is the part of the program where we're asking for your help. If you know anything at all about this case, I don't care if it's something that you know firsthand, secondhand, or thirdhand, pick up the phone, make the call, help investigators, but more importantly, help that family. Chelsea Donovan from our affiliate WTKR in Norfolk, Virginia, has the story of what happened to Curtis Walton.
They call a flock of crows a murder.
The cases you don't solve are the ones that you kind of haunt you the whole time.
Haunting. The crows that now hover over where 33-year-old Curtis Walton was preyed upon.
He was a target of opportunity.
The esteemed attorney, refugee officer, volunteer,
an all-American boy,
was taking a stroll on a spring evening, April 8th, 2020. Daily walks near his home on Columbia Street in Portsmouth were the norm.
A black four-door vehicle pulled up on him. Two young people got out of the car. They approached him.
He had nothing on him but a phone. This is never-before-seen video of that night released from Portsmouth police, moments before Walton was ambushed.
In the process of him trying to run away, they ended up shooting him.
The murder happened feet from Curtis's childhood home.
on the street that he grew up on. You're supposed to call home. Somebody wants to gun him down and murder him. A mother gives birth, but no one has the right to take your child away.
Detectives found the stolen car the two suspects approached Walton in, but those who pulled the trigger still on the run.
When we get cases like this one, it lives and sticks with you. This is a case that becomes so ingrained in what you do.
It's senseless, it's lawless, and, you know, the individuals who did this, I pray every day that they just come forward.
Police have tried billboards, even putting Curtis's pictures up in the Portsmouth jail, hoping for that breadcrumb.
So whoever is out there, think about going to bed at night and you know who did it. Curtis was a bright young man, just living life to his fullest, a light. He would shine wherever he went.
Now this family says they hope whoever did this sees that light that Bonnie Walton speaks of and comes forward.
We've got to be the light in our communities and wake up, speak out.
Here is the phone number, 188-LOCK-YOU-UP. That's the Portsmouth crime line. 1-800-LOCK-YOU-UP. That's not 1-800, 1-888, I'm sorry. 1-888-562-5887. 562-5887. If you have any information, and we know someone knows something. Anytime there's more than one person involved, people know. Still with us tonight, Professor of Forensics at Jacksonville State University, Forensic Media Analyst Joseph Scott Morgan, retired Director of the San Diego Police Department Crime Lab, Jen Shen, and joining us now by phone in Portsmouth, Virginia, we have a few special guests tonight. Curtis Walton's mother, Bonnie, and sister Cheryl are with us, and Sergeant Robert McDaniel with the Portsmouth Police Department's Homicide Unit also with us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Bonnie, if I could begin with you, and on behalf of everyone here at Closing Arguments and Court TV, our deepest sympathies to you and your family. This is unthinkable that something like this could happen. So incredibly senseless. Give us an idea, though, because if someone has information out there, I want them to understand a little bit more about your son and what his life was about and what he means to you.
Curtis was a humble man of few words. He valued life, and he would have given his life if he'd have just said, hey, I needed it. He'd have given you whatever it was or helped you find the resource to accomplish whatever dream it was that you were after. He was driven by his family. His life reflected his faith. He had a selfless love, a life that just shined wherever he went.
Sergeant Robert McDaniel, how many suspects are you looking for here?
Well, there's 2 known suspects, not known as a name, but we know that there's 2 that are in the video. There's a driver, and we don't know if there's anybody else in the vehicle. So at this point, we're looking for at least 3 people that are totally involved, possibly 4.
And how long after the murder did you recover the stolen vehicle that was used?
The vehicle was recovered within a couple of days after it happened, and we started trying to work with the forensic evidence that we had immediately on there. Eventually, it took a while to get some of the results back, so when we got it back, we were able to link some things to another case, and when we tried to follow up on that case, unfortunately, we've run short on leads on identifying who the 2 gentlemen that got out of that vehicle are.
So what you're telling us tonight, Sergeant, is that whoever was involved in this murder is involved in another case that you're investigating. So there's 2 different roads that you're taking here, perhaps to track down at least 2 of the people responsible here.
Yes. We believe that they were involved in something a very short time after that, on top of the fact that they were in a stolen vehicle. So there's a series of things that led up to them being in that area at the time.
And is there anything you want the public to know about these suspects that they should think about, like whether it's the way someone walked or what they were wearing or any piece of information that you could give to the public that they may recognize or be able to use to help you?
Yeah, we've had a lot of success by releasing videos. People recognize how people are dressed, how they walk, the movements. Everybody has different movements that they have when they're walking along that would kind of lead us to who it could possibly be. And it may not be the ones we're looking for, but it could be somebody that's related to the case that has information too. So we're looking for anything that, if no detail is too small, to help us when we're working a case like this.
Cheryl, tell me about your brother.
Oh gosh, so many ways to describe him. And my mom already mentioned a few of them, but he was kind, he was humble. I always say he had the biggest heart of selfless love that I know. He empowered others to go after their dreams and accomplish their dreams, and he was very patriotic. He wanted to run for office one day to make a difference, and even dreamed of becoming president of the United States to make that difference, but he was very humbled at that. He was all about family. He loved his family. He loved his friends. He's very bright and intelligent and just really loved life, even spontaneous trips with friends or with, his sister, myself. But really to say that we were close would be an understatement. He was my hero on earth, as I describe him. He was supposed to walk me down the aisle one day, and I always said that he would make an amazing husband, father, and uncle one day, just because of how he mentored young students and individuals within the community. And, my heart is shattered that I'll never see that. I'll never see that day. But I know that the difference of the lives that he's made in the community, and that right there is, all the difference that he's made.
Absolutely. Joseph Scott Morgan, your thoughts tonight about this case and trying to find Curtis's killers?
I think my first question or questions would be directed at Sergeant McDaniel. Sergeant McDaniel, good evening. This is Joseph Morgan speaking. I was just curious, the vehicle that was stolen, first question, the vehicle that was stolen, was it stolen in Portsmouth? And how soon prior to this homicide was this vehicle stolen?
The vehicle it was stolen in a city that borders Portsmouth.
Okay.
It would have been like the day before that it was stolen.
Okay.
And that's what made it a priority to find when we were looking for him.
Yeah, my next question is, in this particular area where Curtis lost his life, have there been any other armed robberies or forced robberies like this strong arm robberies, if you will, where people will approach somebody and present with a weapon in this particular area. Has this occurred in, is there a pattern in this particular neighborhood?
No, the neighborhood that Curtis and his mother and family lived in is a relatively quiet neighborhood. It's like any other neighborhood. It has the normal stuff people go through, cars, that kind of stuff. This type of incident's not common that in that area. So it was not for Curtis to go out for a walk was not uncommon for him, and he felt safe walking around there. So it would have been an unusual situation. That's based on what we saw in the video. We know they just took an opportunity and seized it at the moment.
Jen Shen, we don't have a ton of time here, but your thoughts about this case?
Well, I guess my thoughts are I'm really happy to hear that you have some forensic information that can connect this case to other cases, because there are people who commit this sort of crime, do it again and again, unfortunately, and you may not have enough clues in this case or your other case that it's connected to, but if it happens again, you're going to have enough clues from all the scenes to figure out who did it. So that's excellent news that you have that, and I think it gives the family some hope, and so I'm excited for you and the family for that.
Absolutely. And Bonnie, before we go tonight, what would it mean for you if the killer was brought to justice, the killers were brought to justice?
Well, I think the first thing I would say is stand up and own your mistake. You have a second chance at life. And if my son was here, he's an attorney and he believes heavily in his faith, but he also believes in justice. He believes in doing what was right.
Bonnie Walton, Cheryl Walton, Sergeant Robert McDaniel, thank you all for joining us. Bonnie and Cheryl, I'll let you know that when we cover a story like this, an unsolved case, we don't do it once and forget about it. We do it again and again and again. So we'll be calling you back again and again and again, and hoping that someday we have the conversation about the arraignment and the preliminary hearing, the trial, the conviction, and the sentencing. So thank you for joining us. Again, our thoughts are with your family tonight. Joseph Scott Morgan, Jen Shen, thank you both as well. Still ahead.